Welcome back to the universe of power. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. In the finale of Season 3, we saw one of the biggest plot twists in the history of Power, with Kanan flipping the switch on Ronnie by taking him out, as well as Unique returning. Now I must say this is something that I didn't see coming at all. When leaks normally come out, I tend to be skeptical because we have seen in the past where leaks don't always turn out to be true. And given everything we had been told about Breeze prior to Book 3, Ronnie seemed to be the prime candidate to be Breeze. But it's virtually impossible to get every prediction spot on. If you go back and check out my predictions for Season 3, you will see that aside from Famous getting taken out, and Ronnie being Breeze, most of the predictions that I gave played out this season. Now with that being said, after the ending of Season 3, there are a lot of unanswered questions going into next season. And with Unique's character returning after a lot of people thought he was gone for good, this opens the door even more for the return of the biggest character in Power. But more on that in a second. One of the biggest unanswered questions after watching the finale is how did Unique survive, and where has he been this entire time? In my opinion, I think it could be very simple. Stefano most likely had been watching Rock and everyone with ties to Rock ever since she told him that she was out of the game. Stefano most likely had someone following Unique as well, in which they were most likely present the night Ronnie dumped his body. Someone with as much money and power that Stefano and the Italians have, most definitely have private doctors on standby. Which could be how Unique was able to survive after taking a beating like that from Ronnie. Fast forward to the finale when Rock asked Stefano for the loan of $500K to get Kanan back. If you notice, Stefano really wasn't too hesitant to give her the money. I think the only reason Stefano gave Rock the money was because he knew that he could send Unique to oversee everything go down in the shadows. Either this happened or Rock ended up finding Unique on the side of the road on her way back from dropping Lou off at rehab, and has been keeping him locked away in one of the rooms in her home. But it still wouldn't explain how Rock would be able to keep Unique alive. Now when it comes to how Unique survived, this is something that is still up in the air. I think we will just have to chalk it up to the Power universe. If Kanan can survive being burned alive, then I guess Unique surviving after multiple blows to the head is not out of the ordinary if we just go by Power standards. But I do want to point out that the showrunner of Power Book 3, Sasha Penn, recently did an interview saying we will find out next season how Unique was able to survive. Now I am not ready to say Unique is Breeze just yet, until we see how Unique operates and moves next season. I think Unique will start to take a lot of the advice that Ronnie gave him in Season 3. We could see Unique become less flashy, less charismatic, and also see Unique separate himself from Rock next season. Being that Rock took over Unique's Asian Connect, I think this will not sit right with Unique in Season 4. From Unique's point of view, he could look at it like Rock and everyone else was waiting on his downfall so that he could be out of the way. We could also see Unique pick up where Ronnie left off with Kanan in Season 4. In my opinion, one of the main reasons we have barely seen Kanan and Unique on screen together was to set up the future mentorship between Unique and Kanan in Season 4. Now I will say, after going back and looking at a lot of the glaring similarities between Unique's character and Ghost and Tommy, I am leaning slightly in the direction towards Unique being the perfect fit to be Breeze, with Ronnie now out of the picture. For example, every time Ghost and Tommy were about to catch a body, they always seemed to wear black hoodies, just like we see with this new version of Unique currently. Or even if we take a look at this season when Stefano sarcastically joked about Unique giving the best nicknames.
Hey, yo, what do you say? You got a good nickname for me?
This nigga want me to be his fucking daddy and give him a name?
And if we go back to the final episode of this past season, the song that played at the end of the episode is a song titled Down with the King, the Cool Breeze mix by Run DMC. So I think that there are a lot of cases that could be made for Unique to actually be Breeze. But as I said earlier within the video, until we see more of Unique's character in Season 4, and what changes to his personality are made, I am gonna hold out on the Unique is Breeze theories. For now, that is. With Ronnie out of the picture now, I could very well see Breeze being introduced to Kanan by Snaps and Pop to have someone oversee Kanan. But we will have to wait and find out next season. In episode 10, we also learned of Crystal being pregnant by Kanan. I am not completely sold on this just yet. For some reason, I think that she is playing Kanan in order to get back at Jukebox. I think next season she will either lie about having a miscarriage, or will slip up and come clean to Kanan about not really being pregnant. When it comes to Famous, while we didn't see him get taken out this season, I still believe he will eventually meet his fate. Whenever the feds start to turn up the pressure on Famous, I believe he will fold and give up information on Rock and Kanan in order to save himself. And this will be the final straw for Famous, with Kanan taking him out next season, or Famous could get taken out in prison by someone within Freddy's crew. Now, with the return of Unique coming back after a lot of people thought he was gone for good, including myself, I believe this opens the door even more for the return of Ghost in Power Book 2. Now, I am not saying Ghost will return this season, but I believe we could see some type of undeniable evidence that points to Ghost actually being alive this upcoming season. Power Book 2 needs some type of moment next season that will get everyone talking, just like Power Book 3 recently did in Season 3. The difference between how Unique went out and how Ghost went out are drastically different. Unique didn't really have a plan in motion when he went to go confront Ronnie. Unique just happened to survive. Ghost, on the other hand, I believe had an entire elaborate plan set in place the night Tariq pulled the trigger on him. Not to mention, there were 3 different points of view and 3 different ways things played out after Ghost was shot. There are still a lot of unanswered questions and moments that we still haven't been shown leading up to that night. I think Unique returning just makes the return of Ghost even more of a reality at this point. Sure, you can bring up the dispute between Omari and Stars in regards to Omari wanting more money, but how do we know whether or not they have already settled or have reached an agreement? If Power was ever going to bring Ghost back, the build would definitely be drawn out. I don't think Ghost would just randomly pop up in the finale. Speaking of Ghost, there was something that I came across in one of the previous seasons of the OG Power series that basically confirmed what we all have been speculating about Ghost, that I will cover in one of my future videos. All I will say for now is, the subliminals were always there well before Season 6 of the OG Power series. In my opinion, Season 3 of Power Book 3 Raising Kanan has been a breath of fresh air within the spin-offs. There was a lot of excitement and plot twists throughout the season. But I also think that the storyline of Jukebox and the girl group could have been told in fewer episodes instead of dragging it out for half of the season. I also think that the writing in episode 10 could have been better, specifically in the final scene. If the plan was to always bring back Unique, then it would have been more believable if they went in a different direction instead of Ronnie beating him with a metal pipe. But all in all, Season 3 of Power Book 3 Raising Kanan might have been the best so far. But it looks like Season 4 is shaping up to be even better. How did you like the way episode 10 ended? Did the leaks ruin the finale? Could the ending have been better? Will we see a young Tommy and Ghost anytime soon? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. See you all next time in the universe of Power.